lottery, you could win a $25,000 home theater package from Visions Electronics if a kickoff is returned for a touchdown in this game, thanks to Safeway Sobeys $1 million touchdown to win promotion. And if it happens a second time, you could also be in store for $1 million. Good luck, Glenn. Off to McGill, DeGord Miller, and Matt Dunnigan.
It's a spectacular September day here in Montreal. Ottawa and the Alouettes facing each other for the third and final time this season. Montreal has dropped the first two legs of this and comes in on a 4-game losing streak, having made a coaching change this week for the 4th time in 5 years. Kavis Reed, the general manager, is now the interim coach of the Alouettes.
Ernest Jackson, big-time receiver, off-season acquisition, going to try to move him around in formations today, uses physical type of play. You heard Jock Climby talk about that, man. That's Drew Tate. Drew Tate making his first start as an Ottawa Red Black. Last time he started was for Calgary, October 30th, 2016. He's looking to get back in the win column.
Rick Campbell's Ottawa club had its 3-game winning streak snapped last week. It won one of its first 8 games. That one win was against Montreal. The last meeting one-sided 32-4 in favor of Ottawa just a couple weeks ago. It is Military Appreciation Day here in Montreal, and we're about to get a visit from 2 F-18s from 425 Squadron in Bagotville. Major Aaron Dillon and Captain Tim Doig at the controls, and here they come.
Otherwise known as Slumdog and Snoop. Second time over. Do something special this time, Gord. Going vertical for us.
And we salute those members of the Canadian Forces here across the country and around the world serving our country today. Montreal won the toss, deferred to the second half. Ottawa receives to start the second, and the kickoff goes through the end zone. And so Drew Tate comes on, making just his 15th Canadian Football League start.
Gordon mentioned his last start was October 30th, 2016. That was for when he was playing with Calgary. And it was a loss against none other than Montreal, 17-8.
And a change along the offensive line we'll talk about in a moment. It's a significant one. John Gott, their CFL All-Star center the last 2 years, is out of their lineup. And there is the unmistakable visage of John Gott.
That's unnerving as a quarterback making his first start in a long time, not having to start the center out there.
First down for the 25-yard line. Tate throws quickly. The pass is caught by Deontay Spencer, and Spencer close to a first down as he fights his way to the 33-yard line for a gain of 8.
Yeah, I'll show you Brad Sinopoli here. Ottawa GG. GG's lost yesterday. Just looking at Evan Johnson, Saskatchewan Husky. They lost yesterday too to UBC.
So he draws in the first-round pick in last year's CFL draft by Ottawa.
Absolutely.
Mateus moves to center. And Ryan Lindley comes in at quarterback with a short yardage team for Ottawa on second and less than 2. And Lindley tries to fight the 35, but ran into Chip Cox headlong. And Chip Cox, the 34-year-old, 12-year veteran, might have stopped him short.
Yeah, penetration kills any type of lateral movement across the line of scrimmage, and quarterbacks are doing this. See a lot in the Canadian Football League, and they get penetration. Kyrie Bear just in there getting low.
So now it's 3rd and inches for Ottawa from the 34. And Lindley takes it ahead. Andre Wright, the safety, got a helmet on him, but Lindley moves the sticks, and Ottawa has a first down on its opening possession.
You look at the Montreal defense.
In studio, obviously, we're having some technical problems in our feed from Montreal. We apologize for that. With the first possession in the Ottawa REDBLACKS. Really difficult to decipher at this point how Drew Tate is going to do.
I was ready to break it down. I was ready to break down his entire performance.
A completed pass to Deontay Spencer.
That's a good way to start.
It was a heck of a wide receiver screen pass.
Yeah, great way.
So, as I say, we will, as soon as we can, our apologies, we will head back to Gord Miller and Matt Dunnigan for that game. But, I mean, until we can, at least one other thought that Matt talked about. I was at that game last year, by the way, late October. It was a nothing game for Calgary, although they were pursuing the all-time best winning percentage in regular season history. Yeah, bless you, by the way.
You took long to bless me, Rod.
Yeah,
you could have stopped.
I was in mid-thought about Drew Tate. What do you want?
Right.
Okay, so, we really haven't seen Drew Tate played like he can, like when he was an established starter in the league, however briefly, with the Calgary Stampeders. It's been quite a while.
I was just reviewing his history, and I'd forgotten about how that all sort of shook out, where he was the anointed starter in Calgary, and one Kevin Glenn was his backup. Right. So here's Kevin Glenn, traveling the league.
That's why they traded Henry Burris to Hamilton. Drew Tate was going to be the guy.
He was going to take over the franchise.
And so he was the guy. And then Kevin Glenn kept on having to come in because Drew Tate had so many injury problems.
Right.
He hurt his forearm, and he hurt his shoulder, and he just couldn't stay healthy. And then Kevin Glenn goes to Ottawa, and that whole thing, and he gets traded. And then Bo Levi Mitchell comes on the scene. Right. And Drew Tate was supposed to be the guy that next year, and then Mitchell just shot the lights out. And that Drew Tate hasn't been able to get a starting gig since.
And it's unbelievable because you talk about it like he was a franchise quarterback. And Matt said this, he's only started 15 games, but it seemed like he played so many more than that. But he was hurt all the time. So Kevin Glenn got his opportunity, and like you talked about, Bo Levi Mitchell was a third-string guy. No one knew who Bo Levi Mitchell was, but he got his opportunity because of those injuries, and he's taking full advantage of it. So it's unfortunate, but he's getting a chance to play right now. Ottawa saw something in him. And when a team trades for you, when you feel like someone wants you, that's a big deal. So I'm sure he wants to go out there and play well. He knows that's not his team. He understands that's Trevor Harris' team, but he wants to play well.
Right? He could be
it could be a while, exactly.
They're saying a second degree. I did call it, by the way. You remember that I did diagnose Harris'
No, you didn't,
injury.
John. No, you didn't, John.
I absolutely did.
You're a lawyer, but I think deep down you wanted to be a doctor. You like to diagnose.
He didn't call it. What did you say, 2 weeks, or what did you say?
I said he had a first or second degree sprain of his shoulder, and he'd probably be back in 2 weeks. Looks like it's going to be a little bit more than that because it started creeping into the second degree sprain area. But this is going to be Drew Tate's team for a while.
Okay, if you're still with us, and we're certainly grateful that you are, there is a game going on right now, and Montreal got the Rouge right to start the game, but Ottawa football since then. And Drew Tate actually not doing too badly, as I read here from the playlist. We wish we could see the action, of course, completing passes later on to Josh Stangby and also Greg Ellingson as well. And he is 3 for 3 for 19 yards. Is the latest we have. The REDBLACKS still with their first possession in this game, and a big game that it is.
Game with the Alouettes.
Yeah, especially from. I mean, they were 3-4 at one point, and I think in a tie for first in the East. And since they've lost 4 games,
right.
I think for Ottawa too. Let's just face it. We're talking about 2 teams making the playoffs in the East, not 3 once again. The way that you look at the updated standings in the East, with the Argos winning over Edmonton, big win for them to move past the REDBLACKS by a point. So you could argue big for Ottawa wanting to stay in that top 2, but also especially for Montreal now falling apart with 4 straight losses.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they have to find a way to win this game. They're still in the standings. They still have opportunity. But every single game is a must-win for this team right now, the way they've played. So they need to get this together starting today.
All right. We do have the audio and video reconnected once again. Let's go back to Gordon Matt in Montreal.
And then the question, who got the football?
It's pretty clear to me now. Looked like the ball was out.
And looks as though the Alouettes did recover it as it rolled around behind Chip Cox.
That is your meal ticket. When that ball comes out, I can guarantee you it's an ugly feeling. And Greg Ellingson had no idea that it was back behind him, his lower right leg. When it does come out, good look at it. He slips as he's going down. Ball's out. It's behind him. There's 3 Alouettes standing there. Just good look at it.
Back. to studio.
Hey, Rod, are they not paying the bills in Montreal?
I don't know.
What's going on?
What is going on?
Is someone pulling the plug there?
They're in such disarray. I mean, they can't keep a coach employed. They can't keep the power on.
So you're putting this on the Alouettes, are you, right now?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't we? It's just,
It's not our fault, is it, right? Okay. It's not our fault.
I'd love to find a way to blame this on you, Milt, but I can't.
Yeah. Trying to make the best of a difficult situation as the game goes on, but obviously the feed does not right now. So we will try to reestablish
Looks like Greg
again.
Ellingson fumbled, though.
Yeah, that did. We got enough of a look to wonder they were challenging that, whether or not that was a fumble. So we'll see if we can sort everything out. Thank you for bearing with us here on the CFL on TSN with the Alouettes early on in that game in Montreal, up 1-0. We'll be back after this. Milt, back inside our CFL studio. Here's the latest we can tell you. Our feed is down from Montreal. And to our knowledge right now, they are still reviewing a play, whether it was a fumble by Greg Ellingson in the first possession of the Ottawa REDBLACKS. This is early on in the game. On the opening kickoff by Boris Beattie, the Alouettes did pick up a rouge, hence the 1-0 lead. So this gives us an opportunity, although, of course, we would rather be watching this game, and we'll get there again as soon as we can. But to talk more about the change, the turmoil in Montreal, and it's not like it's just this year. It's said the third straight year that they have made a coaching change mid-season, Milt.
It's unbelievable. And I talked to Kyrus A. Bear, and he's been there for 6 years, and 5 or 6 different head coaches,
right.
But he said the one thing that he could always depend on was Noel Thorpe being his defensive coordinator. They have a great relationship.
That was the bigger surprise.
That was the bigger surprise right there because, he had a couple of chances. Well, a couple of years ago, remember, he tried to leave, and they was like, no, you're coming back. Right. So I know he's like, well, just let me leave. But the fact that, they were struggling a little bit defensively, but that's been the glue for this team the last 2 years. The fact that their defense was able to play well kept them in games, kept them given the opportunity to go to the playoffs because we know the offense was struggling. Main reason why they shifted all that money to the offense. So that was surprising. I'm sure he'll get a job very soon. He'll be in demand because he knows how to coach a defense. But Kyrus was more surprised about that than Chapdelaine being fired.
Well, Jacques Chapdelaine's had a bit of a tumultuous coaching career in the CFL. I mean, he's known for being an offensive guru and had some successful years in BC in that role, but was one of those guys that could never seem to get himself up into that head coach.
And I was going to say, this was his first chance as a head coach.
It really was. And, I mean, he was a head coach in Simon Fraser in 2014. I'm just looking at where he's been, and he was with the Calgary Stampeders back in the early 2000s, and the Lions, and then the Eskimos, and the Lions, and Simon Fraser, then Saskatchewan as the OC, and then Montreal as an assistant coach, and then as a head coach. So this is a guy who's bounced around, right. And he has a reputation for being a bit of a taskmaster.
That's a little stubborn?
Yeah, I mean, it's his way or the highway. And I've known Jacques over the years and always enjoyed him personally, and his offenses I've always found to be pretty dynamic, but yet they seem to always run up against some sort of a brick wall at a certain point. All of a sudden, it stops evolving, and they start having success, and he finds himself out of a job, and he's someplace else again. And I just can't help but think that a lot of this has to do with that worst-placed offense in the league. And when you're the head coach and responsible for offense,
it's a lot.
And that unit that you are responsible for is not producing, your job as a head coach becomes threatened. And it's too bad. It's just unfortunate that he did not get a chance to finish the season. Matt Dunnigan and I have talked about this over the years because Matt, of course, had the 1 year in Calgary and got fired. And Matt certainly believes that you should never lose your job after just 1 year because you haven't had a chance. And here Jacques Chapdelaine is not even getting a chance to finish the year.
Well, we know how those jocks are, don't we, Jock? We know how they operate. And the one question I have, are we getting extra money for this, Jock? It's not in our contract. I don't
you're
know.
probably one of those receivers had an incentive-laden contract. Every yard came with dollars,
Every
right?
yard, yes. Every time I stepped on the field, every time I did everything.
Of course, if you profit from this, I'm going to suspect you for pulling the plug from Montreal. So just be careful. By the way, I mean, doing our best to update this, but it was not ruled a fumble by Ellingson. And,
it was not.
And no, it's not. It's still Ottawa. Ottawa still is on its first possession of this game, down 1-0. But the latest with Tate completing a pass to Deontay Spencer down in Montreal's 27-yard line. So they are in scoring position right now to get on the board too. And for Ottawa,
describe this in a way that would allow the folks at home to be able to appreciate
we've had issues before where the audio was down and we could see the feed, and then we could all present. Yeah, we do.
Right,
I mean, certainly wish we could have that scenario right now, but. For Drew Tate, and you talked about that, we wondered how much of a fall-off will there be in this offense. Evidently not so far with Ottawa's first possession. And I understand we can get a feed now. of this game from our friends at RDS. So
you get to go back and play and do play-by-play, Rod, which
There
is
you
something
go.
you've done a lot of in your career.
got my
so
rosters
we're
in front of
good
me
hands.
now. Well, pleased to at least be able to see the game. And once again, this is the first possession for the Red Blacks. And a 1st and 10, Drew Tate, his first start.
This has been a long drive.
It has been, sustaining the ball for quite a while right now for Ottawa. And yes,
There we go.
yes, we do. And it is Patrick Lavoie back
Nice.
home and a touchdown for the Red Blacks. So the opening possession for Drew Tate and that Ottawa offense, very impressive indeed as they march down the field. And it is Lavoie back in Montreal and scoring the TD for Ottawa.
Believe this or not, I picked him on my fantasy team.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
It's great to see the role players getting a chance to do some of the skilled roles. They take over a skilled role here, and this is just a nice little screen, and he goes.
Patrick Lavoie, remember, had a touchdown in the Grey Cup last year, too.
Yes.
Against the Calgary Stampeders, and a big one there for him. So Ottawa won 32-4 2 weeks ago. They're in Montreal and off to a good start here.
On for 2 points.
I mentioned they had initially given Montreal a point after the opening kickoff, and there's 2 more points on that conversion. Jake Hardy on the receiving end, but no point on the board for the Alouettes, so it is now an 8-0 lead for the Ottawa Red Blacks. So how would Drew Tate do? Very good start. Best imaginable for the Red Blacks now in that opening possession and an 8-0 lead. We will be back. Pictures and sound, one way or another. Stick around. Rod, Jock, and Milt back inside our studio. We did see briefly what was going on in Montreal. This is the first points of the game. Patrick Lavoie, 16 yards after the catch there to take it into the end zone for Ottawa, and they would later convert a pass to Jake Hardy. So it was a 16-play drive, and they're saying 85 yards, 15 and 85 on that one, and it took 8:05 off the clock, a long drive for the Red Blacks to open up the scoring, guys.
That has to be a confidence booster for Drew Tate. You just remember the last time he stepped on this field, of course. Last year in Calgary, he didn't play too well.
Off the kickoff, Steph Logan taking it, finds room over the middle, and a helmet pops off as well from the Red Black tackler right there, Bolduc. So back comes Darian Durant. This will be the first possession for the Alouettes in this game, and they are down by 8. We'll be back after this. First quarter in Montreal. We do have pictures. We'll get to them in a moment. Rod Smith, Jock Climbing, and Milt Stiegel, and we're going to call this game for you until we can reconnect our audio with Gord Miller and Matt Dunnigan. So you will see what's going on there. It's Montreal possession now, their first possession of the game. Ottawa drove the field on their first one to take the 8-0 lead. And so we'll see what Darian Durant and company can do now. Of course, this offense has been under siege with everything that's gone on in the last couple of weeks and needing to respond right now. Out of shotgun is Darian Durant, and looking off immediately to his right, finds a receiver, but it is dropped, intended for Ernest Jackson, who wanted a call on that play. What do you think, guys?
It's hard to tell from that angle whether Jackson was interfered with, but I love the fact that Darren's going to him right off the bat. This has been an underutilized receiver in this offense to date. I mean, he was a big offseason free agent signing by the Alouettes, and after the year that Jackson had in Ottawa, I think big things were expected of him, but I just haven't seen them really go to him that often, and I'm happy to see them right off the bat get the ball to him.
Getting our pictures from our RDS feed here. It is 2nd and 10. Alouettes, the 25. And under pressure, and Durant is ultimately taken down. Darian Durant sacked by Jonathan Newsom, one of the newcomers for the Ottawa Red Blacks in this one. So the boos come out already on their first possession as Montreal goes 2-0.
Not a good way to start your first drive. You know, you see the way Ottawa did it, and Darian Durant comes out and incomplete pass and then a sack. This is not good for the mental psyche of this team.
Well, Newsom is their recent signing that was brought in to put pressure on the quarterback, and he picks up a big sack.
The punt from Boris Beatty. Deontay Spencer back to take it at his 40. Flag down, and gets up around the 50 as Boulay is there, and Tate is coming back on, and Ottawa in good shape near midfield for their second possession, already with a touchdown on the board in Montreal in the CFL on TSN. For the resumption of this game, it is Montreal trailing 8-0, and they're back on defense. The Red Blacks, Drew Tate, by the way, 9 for 11. How about that for an opening drive? 9 for 11, 77 yards, and the touchdown pass to Patrick Lavoie. So early on anyway, and there was a lot of talk about how Tate would do filling in for Trevor Harris, and that Red Blacks offense has not missed a beat.
Hard on Darren Durant in that offense. Yes. I can tell you there is nothing worse than sitting on the sideline for half a quarter.
Right.
I mean, when you're a football player, it's all about gearing up for kickoff. Your whole body, your whole psyche is geared up to kick off, and then you're ready to play football. But I mean, they were waiting almost half an hour to take the field, and then it's a 2-and-out.
But what about the Alouette defense? Okay, they had that long drive, and then your offense goes out there and get a 2-and-out. Now you're right back on the field. This is part of the reason why they haven't had much success. They've been on the field so long because of the unproductiveness of their offense.
And it is William Powell back in the lineup. Moses Madu had been their running back for the last couple of games. Powell had been hurt, but in there on the carry, and a short gain on first down after that long drive by the Red Blacks in their first possession, followed by a 2-and-out by Montreal. So to your point, for Kyrus Hebert and that defense must be tired. That's been the story through much of the season right now. If you look at William Powell, and 304 yards on the ground in this season so far. 2nd down and 6. Red Blacks up by 8 near midfield, over the middle, and it's complete. Greg Ellingson, top receiver in the Canadian Football League in yardage, adding to his numbers right there, and a first down as the chains move for the Red Blacks again.
Well, Drew Tate, he knows who to go to. Maybe one of the best receivers in the league. Why not go to Greg Ellingson in a tough situation? 2nd and medium, nice little short route across the middle, great hands. First down now, you keep the chains moving.
Part of the 1,000-yard club for the Red Blacks in 2015 and again in 16 when they had 4 1,000-yard receivers, including Chris Williams and Ernest Jackson, who's an opponent today, and a short yardage again for Powell on first down.
Well, this is one of the things the Red Blacks really focus on is getting positive yards on first down. And most offensive coordinators will tell you around the league that your success as an offense is predicated on picking up 4 to 6 yards on first down if you're going to run it. Now you've got so many more options open to you. We saw it in the last play, being able to run Ellingson underneath. And now this is, again, a 2nd and manageable situation for Tate.
A 2nd and 5. See if they convert again. And getting it off to Lavoie again, who has the touchdown in this game. And looks to be in first down range again for the Ottawa Red Blacks.
When you put a new defensive coordinator in, during the season, the question you have to ask, is he going to use his own defense, or is he going to stick with the defense that was already implemented? I think you have a little bit of both. Coaches, they do have egos. They want to do their own thing, but you just can't overhaul it midway during the season.
Well, the problem is that if you have defensive guys who are thinking rather than playing fast, then your entire defense really becomes a liability. And that's what they want to do, is they want to put in a system where guys can just fly around, fly to the ball, and not be thinking their way through it. But, we saw Hamilton. Hamilton's put in a new offense, put in new defense because of the changes that they've had, and they're 2-1. And so I think Montreal is probably thinking, oh, yeah, guys can adapt and can adjust.
They had a bye week, though, Jock. They had that bye week.
That helped them a lot.
Yes.
And I'm going to be interested to see whether or not this Montreal defense is flying around, is able to simply react or think their way through.
They needed 5, they got 5 in the catch by Lavoie, so another first down for the Red Blacks as Drew Tate, passing on first down this time, finds Jake Hardy, who had a catch earlier in the 2-point conversion to make it an 8-point gain, and a good gain there for Ottawa. This is impressive by Tate, who is now 12 for 14 and upwards of 100 yards passing so far in this first quarter.
Yeah, they have to find a way to put some pressure on Tate. If they allow him just to sit back there and nickel his way down the field, they're not going to have much success defensively. I think they have to come after him a couple of times and hit him a couple of times and frustrate him. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult for them to beat him.
Gaining confidence, certainly, in this start is Tate. Red Blacks running on 2nd and short. They do have the 2 yards and a bit more for William Powell. So 3rd consecutive first down for the Red Blacks in this second possession. And that was after, as mentioned, a 16-play drive to open up this ball game.
I just want to go back to Jake Hardy for a moment and the contributions that he's starting to make as a receiver. This is a guy who's primarily been a special teams contributor, but I love the fact that Red Blacks are finding ways to make him a focal part of this offense, usually coming in as a 5th or 6th receiver.
You're watching the video feed from RDS as we try to sort out our audio in Montreal. So able to see what's going on in this game as a rare incompletion so far, with Jesse Joseph getting in for Montreal and knocking that pass attempt down. It'll be second down for the REDBLACKS.
This is a big second down. This defense, they have to find a way to get off the field right now. I know those tongues are wagging. They need to get their offense on the field so they can have an opportunity to score some points.
A rare second and long here for the REDBLACKS after trying to set up with the screen. See if they can convert long yardage this time.
It's been one of the keys that have been doing so well in first down. So yes, a 2nd and 10 for Tay. And it's intercepted. Jonathan Mincy has it as Stangby tries to haul him down. So the Alouettes needed a break, and did they ever get one there? With the ball in Ottawa territory after finally a mistake by Tate, and a costly one at that, with Montreal in scoring position now.
Now they have to come on this field right away and score. They don't need a field goal, they need to score a touchdown. Their confidence level is down. A big play right now, first play, would do a lot for this team's psyche.
Well, this has everything to do with a quarterback who hasn't played a lot of football recently and just fails to read the cut corner. So he's expecting Mincy to drop back and take that deep third, and he's focused in on Stangby rather than reading the defense, and he puts it right to the cut corner in that situation.
First turnover of the game, and a big one. Mincy with the pick. Durant handing off and getting closer to the 50-yard line. Sorry, I mentioned Ottawa's territory. Montreal still around midfield, but the 5th interception this season, and a big one for Jonathan Mincy.
I really like this player. I've been watching him all year, and not only is he often in the right place at the right time and has pretty good nose for the ball, but he actually brings a hat too.
Yes.
This is a guy who is not afraid to hit. Lots of corners want nothing to do with contact. He is a very physical player and a very smart player. He's been very impressive this year.
Terrell Sutton on the run, a gain of 6 yards, so second down, call it 5. And that one is shy of Terrell Sutton, so just like that.
It's all for naught. It's unfortunate. And after a while, and it won't happen right away, but this defense, they'll start getting frustrated. They're like, we're doing our job. We need some help from our offense, and they're not getting it right now.
Oh, I think that frustration has already set in, Milt. When you cannot be on a football team in the CFL where one unit is consistently doing well and one unit is consistently doing badly without some hard feeling starting to develop, and it can really eat away at a football team.
So 2 and out nonetheless after the Mincy pick. And the punt by Boris Beatty. It's Deontay Spencer with it. He gets it up across the 20 to about the 24 of the REDBLACKS. So no harm to Ottawa, as Tate and that offense will come out and go to work again, still with the 8-0 lead.
That's field position.
During the return,
that cost
holding, Ottawa number 52. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Holding penalty called against Tanner Dahl on that, so 10 yards further back. So, yeah, field position cost them even more, but all things considered, unscathed.
Drew Tate will be happy about that, because that's a learning experience right there, and that cost him about 50 yards in field position, and that's it, and an opportunity to go back out there and work the clock again.
Against a tired defense. They didn't get a chance to sit down. I mean, it was 2 and out. It happened like that. They didn't get a chance to do anything.
2 straight 2 and outs by the Montreal Alouettes.
So this time, standing in his end zone to take the snap on first down. Handing off to Powell, who's been busy so far this quarter, and grinds it out to about the 10. So another decent gain on first down for the REDBLACKS on this, their 3rd possession of the ball game with the 8-0 lead. Second meeting in 3 weeks between the Ottawa REDBLACKS, now in 2nd in the East again, a point behind the Argos, and the Montreal Alouettes. Wasn't close before. We'd be hoping to head back to Gord Miller and Matt Dunnigan for the call.
Welcome back to Montreal. We apologize for the earlier technical problems, and Montreal's got some problems too. 5th straight games, no points in the opening quarter. Ottawa ran 25 plays in the first 15 minutes. Montreal ran 4, and if not for the interception by Jonathan Mincy, this score might be worse for the Alouettes. And we talked, Matt Dunning, about the fact that Montreal made the coaching change this week, put in Anthony Calvillo back calling the plays. So far, 2 and outs for Montreal.
Yeah, basically 0 stats, negative stats in the first quarter there. I've really never seen anything like that professionally. And it's startling that they came out so lackluster at this point. That defense, you mentioned it, Gord, a hot afternoon. They've been on the football field a whole lot already. Got to pay attention to that, see how that's going to grind on them and wear on them as this game goes on.
2nd and 5 now for Ottawa from its own 9-yard line. Tate throws, and that's almost picked again. Jonathan Mincy must have a copy of the Ottawa playbook. That's almost his 2nd pick of the first half.
Yeah, and he's going to go a quick slant in his left. He wants his receiver to keep coming as the DB has, and he kind of tries to shield him. The DB gets in front and undercuts him and almost picks it off. And that's Drew Tate was frantically waving to his receiver to keep coming. Almost 2nd pick by the Ottawa D.
Brett Maher back in his end zone to punt. One of the best in the Canadian Football League at this. And a good kick. Steph Logan back inside his own 50-yard line. And Logan gets around the corner into Ottawa territory. Still going. Logan moved out of bounds at the 37-yard line. They'll say he stepped out there. Davis Reed right on the spot is arguing. If you missed it earlier, Montreal has used its only challenge.
Steph Logan averages this year 9.4 yards per punt return over the course of his career. A little better now, about 2 yards better. He's still special at his age, and well, he's explosive. I think he's very underrated
right
still.
There, right
you see
there.
It right there. He steps out of bounds, and
it's a great call. So first down Montreal from the Ottawa 36-yard line. The Owls still looking for their first down of the game. Durant in and throws, and the pass in the feet of Ernest Jackson, and the Boo Birds are out here on the campus of McGill University.
And I'm not quite sure what Darian saw there, but it looks like he was going through his throwing motion and then kind of stopped, and the ball wasn't even close to the intended receiver. And
Matt, including today, in their last 5 games, the Alouettes outscored 92-14 in the first half. But only down 8-0 here.
Silver lining, Gord.
2nd down. Durant up and throwing. Another one hopper to Jackson. That's 3 consecutive 2-and-outs for the Montreal offense.
Darian's not even close. He's not. I'm not sure what's going on with his throwing motion or what he's seeing, and he just doesn't seem confident with where he's wanting to throw the football, and it shows. He's not even close to his intended targets here in the first portion of this football game.
So this will be a field goal try for Beatty from, call it 43 yards. 22 of 27 on the year. He was 1 for 3 last week in BC. Lots on it, and it's good. And the Alouettes have their first points in the football game. Good return by Logan, puts them in position. Down 5 here early in the 2nd quarter. Friday night doubleheader coming up this week. Starts with Ottawa at Winnipeg. Matt and I'll be there for that at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock Pacific. And following that, the Hamilton Ticats, 2-0 under new head coach June Jones, take on the BC Lions. Sorry, 2-1 now. Correction. Began with a couple of wins. So the Lions will face the Ticats, who have shown signs of life, though, in the last couple of weeks.
Turnovers cost the Ticats this past time. 5-1. Tough to overcome.
Tate swings that out for Spencer, and Deontay Spencer has a gain of about 8 out to the 43-yard line.
Well, I really like Deontay Spencer, boy. He's one of those guys, you get the ball in his hands, he makes a lot of people miss. He's got tremendous speed, 4th-year player from East State.
Ottawa has converted now, Matt, 7 second down plays in this game, facing another one here. Montreal is 0 for 3.
Yes, not bad right here. Just getting it done, coming into his own, Deontay Spencer.
2nd and short, and Tate throws to the sidelines, and Mincy close to the football again as the pass was intended for Spencer. Mincy has 1 interception, almost another, and got a hand on that one.
Yeah, and he wanted to go to this corner route over the top, and it was just tremendous coverage by Brandon Stewart, the veteran. Right, as you can see, the corner, Stewart is right in his bit. Well, he takes that away, timing doesn't allow Drew Tate the opportunity to come down to a second read.
Mahar chases Logan back, who lets it bounce. Here comes the kicker, Mahar, as Logan finally picks it up. A flag comes down as he gets to the 32-yard line. A 39-yard punt. Darian Durant trying to kickstart this Montreal offense.
They already buried you. You already died. But they don't understand your heart and your will. If everything is equal today, if Ottawa prepared just as hard as you, if their game plan is as good as ours, the one thing that's going to separate us is your will.
The fiery Cavis Reed, now the interim coach here in Montreal, initially being the general manager after the coaching change. The 4th in 5 years for the Alouettes. Another one hopper to Terrell Sutton. What is going on here, Matt?
I'm trying to figure it out myself. He's 0 for 5, hasn't been close. He's skipping balls. I think that's his 4th skipped ball to a receiver.
I mean, that's 3 yards in front of him.
Yeah, and his last 2 throws were just like that.
And Drew Willie has been warming up on the Montreal sideline.
I get him hot because something's going on right now. It's not normal for Darian Durant.
2nd down, 4-man rush. Durant stands in and throws. The pass is tipped and falls incomplete. That is a 4th consecutive 2-and-out to open the football game for the Alouettes.
And the Boo Birds here are out in full force.
Big crowd here in Montreal today. Beautiful Sunday afternoon.
They are not serenading Darian Durant right now. They're all over him, showing their displeasure at what they've seen here in the first 20 minutes of football.
How long do you wait, Matt?
I'd set him down right now and give him a different perspective. Check him out.
Spencer takes that punt on the fly and gets brought down by Nicholas Boulay on the special teams tackle.
And we talked, Anthony Calvillo is out of the booth. He's been on the sidelines for 3 games now, and he's down there, and what, he can't figure out what's going on with Darian. Nobody can. He's talking to him right now.
He got lifted in the second half of the last meeting a couple of weeks ago against Ottawa. So Calvillo talking it over. Anthony Calvillo this week goes into the CFL Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you know, I can't recall skipping as many passes I've seen Darian Durant. He's 0 for 6 right now here in the first 20 minutes of play, and I think he's just a little tight. Got to relax.
First down Ottawa from the 41-yard line. Tate throws it out. The pass is caught. And Josh Stangby gets a few more yards out of bounds at the 48-yard line for a gain of 7.
Yeah, meantime, Drew Tate's just pitching and catching. He's thrown a couple balls that have been jumped. One picked off by Jonathan Mincy, but right now he is 14 to 20. About 114 yards, TD and a pick. Not a bad start for the 9-year veteran.
This is the 30th offensive play of the first half for Ottawa. Montreal has run 8. Tate, long, wide field. Out the pass is caught by Ellingson. He beats the first man, Devon Campbell. He gets a whole lot more inside the 45, down to the 44-yard line. A gain of 18 yards and an Ottawa first down.
I just love the accuracy and the smoothness of this release by Drew Tate. Just puts it right in the money, right between the 8 and the 2. And Ellington, who leads all receivers in reception yardage this year, well over 1,000. Moves the sticks.
From the shotgun, Tate swings it out. And there is Spencer up the right side, and Deontay Spencer gets a gain of 7 inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line.
That's not an easy throw, Gordon. That's a little bubble screen to Deontay Spencer. I love the thought process. He can make people miss. He's shifty, and Drew Tate makes this throw look easy.
Tyree Hollins on the tackle.
Getting some help from Sinopoli and Stangby out front.
Brings up another 2nd and short for Ottawa, this time from the Montreal 37. Here's Powell, the 2nd down carry, 1st down and more, down to the 25-yard line as he picks up a gain of 12 and another Ottawa first down.
Yeah, they add an extra man in, as they often do here. Patrick Lavoie, and you'll see him right here, and watch the push, and they'll just cave everything down on the left-hand side. Ball's given to Powell, and he bounces it.
And again, we mentioned
Right there.
John Gott, the two-time CFL All-Star the last couple of years for Ottawa, not there at center.
Doesn't seem like it's affecting this Ottawa offense at all.
Play fake to Powell. And there's Lavoie, but he's cut down in the open field. Terrific special open field tackle there by Tyree Holland.
Tyree Hollins, third year, Grambling State, reads it. Good idea when you're outweighed by about 50 pounds to go low and take Patrick Lavoie down.
Just the consistency of Gott, Matt. In his 3 years in Ottawa, Henry Burris only took snaps from John Gott. No one else snapped in football. Second and long now. Tate under pressure, throws, and the pass is incomplete for Lavoie. There on the coverage is Hollins, and once again, the Montreal defense stiffens and will force Ottawa to try a field goal.
Tate not happy with himself there. He's going to take credit for that one. Errant throw. Missed opportunity. His football team dominating the first portion of this football game, and scoreboard really doesn't reflect that.
This could be a lot worse if you're a Montreal fan. But Ottawa's got a chance to add 3 here.
Resetting the clock.
From the 30-yard line. And Mahar punches it through. Ottawa opens up an 11-point lead. Durant putting his helmet on as he comes back in. Willie's got his bonnet on. Nope, we're going to have a quarterback change for Montreal.
Darian Durant couldn't be further off his game to start this one. Just not even close to some receivers skipping the ball. It's like he's not coming through. It's like his lower half and his upper half are not connected, and he's not even close. This is something you'd see from a novice quarterback, not a professional Grey Cup winner and champion like Darian Durant.
So on comes Drew Willie, who replaced Durant in the last meeting. Screens it off for Sutton, and that's going nowhere. Jarrell Gavin sniffs that out, and the total yards in the first half, 180 for Ottawa. And tack on a loss of a couple there, -4 for the Alouettes.
And I give all the credit to the Alouettes for being, the Red Blacks for being a hard-nosed defense and getting off the field, but well, they've had a lot of help from Montreal's quarterback play early on.
So the Owls finally complete a pass. It's for a loss of 2. Now 2nd and 12. Willie, long throw. The pass is caught. Ernest Jackson. And Jackson has a first down at the 46-yard line, and a hearty and somewhat sarcastic cheer goes up here in Montreal.
Maybe that'll kickstart something here. Drew Willie throws a comeback route to Ernest Jackson. Spots it on him. Finally, a first down for the Owls offense.
From the Montreal 46. Flags are down. And the play called as jumping into the blitz was Jarrell Gavins, but he got a little ahead of himself, and so going to be moved up 5 yards.
Offside. Ottawa number 4. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
He was trying to time it up off the boundary halfback position, little halfback blitz to the boundary, and he could see it coming. He was just a couple steps ahead of himself, and officials blew that one dead. Otherwise, he takes off Willie's head.
Play called again before the snap. Going to reset the 22nd clock.
It's the second time they've done that today.
6 to go here in the opening half. 11-3 Ottawa leads. Ottawa finds a way to keep it close, doesn't it? There's Sutton, fights his way up to midfield. And that should be close to a first down. Gets 4 on the play, so a yard short.
Yeah, you can't get away from this, particularly with this man here, Terrell Sutton, one of the best in the league. Tenacious runner. Runs into Cedarius Bryant there. Took over for the departed
Khalil Bass. They signed Bass as a free agent in the offseason. Sutton with the fangs on the mouth guard.
Love that look.
And here's Sutton again. A first down into Ottawa territory.
Taylor Reed, middle linebacker for the REDBLACKS, trying to get in there and fill the hole, and couldn't get there quick enough as Terrell Sutton got sneaky and found a little crease and moved the chains. It's good news for the Alouettes offense, and certainly this crowd here looking for something good to happen for their football team.
First down now from the Ottawa 52. That play sniffed out early. As they give it to Sutton, he gets wrapped up almost immediately by Zach Evans and Avery Ellis.
Nothing doing in the middle of that defensive line.
So now second and long again for the Alouettes, this time from the Ottawa 51.
See AC down on the sidelines calling plays. Different vantage point from down there. I think it's a lot easier up here.
And no more hand signals for Montreal.
Long gone.
Swinging out for Sutton with a long way to go. Up in the air, he was cut down by Gavins. It'll be well short of a Montreal first down, a gain of 4. Now decision time for Kavis Reed. You want to try a field goal for Boris Beatty.
You got Avery Ellis in there. You got Evans collapsing the pocket, forcing Willie to dump it down to his check, to his outlet, and then the defense rallies, makes an open field tackle, and forces this.
It will be a 54-yard field goal try for Beatty. That would be his longest of the year. There's not much wind. If any, it's at his back. Willie
He's certainly got the leg for this.
Willie stays in the hole. We saw a missed field goal return for a touchdown yesterday in the Toronto Edmonton game.
Marquise Jackson made that look easy. 125-yarder.
Oh, and it's wide. Missed to the right. Spencer brings it out.
Got it.
He's got some room to run. Spencer moves up the sideline. And away he goes. Deontay Spencer, one man to beat. And he is gone. Touchdown, Ottawa. 112 yards on the missed field goal return by Deontay Spencer. His second kick return touchdown of the year and the first allowed by the Alouettes this season.
Well, that certainly wasn't as easy as Marquise Jackson's was yesterday for the Argonauts. He had to work a little bit harder for this one. Had just enough leg, but it was pushed right. Takes it a few yards deep in the back of the end zone. And he gets some help right here. Beatty falls down untouched. He's serpentining here, and it's just a race to the end zone. Cuts across the football field, and huge play for the REDBLACKS.
And now they'll go for 2, up 17-3. So Deontay Spencer, you mentioned, Matt, does it all for Ottawa. A regular on the offensive attack, returns punts, kickoffs, and now missed field goals. That was a long run.
It's a game changer.
And now for the 2-point conversion. Tate looks to the corner of the end zone. Flag comes down. Ellingson makes the catch on a flag on the far side of the field from where the ball was caught. And here's Tom Valesi with the call.
Major foul, face mask. Montreal number 34. That penalty be applied on the kickoff.
Bad to worse.
In a hurry.
19-3, Ottawa leads. Deontay Spencer, 112 yards for the touchdown.
Back in the studio where Jock Climby, the lawyer, is busy right now negotiating a new deal for Milt Stiegel, who wants more money for doing in-game analysis now for some reason. Wow. Well, at the half, we're going to talk about the struggles of Darian Durant and more. Let's send it back to Gordon.
Nice job, Rod Smith. Little pinch hitting while our feed was down.
Yeah, Climby, if he's going to be Stiegel's lawyer, Mill, you should expect to get fives of tens of 20s of dollars in payment.
Big crowd here in Montreal this afternoon, but the Owls are laying an oof. Down 19-3.
It's hard to explain. This is just some god-awful football that we're watching here. Couldn't get any worse for the Alouettes that were looking for change, and hopefully change would do them good, and nothing but negative here for this crowd watching their football team.
Coming up, GMC at the half, the GMC professional grade playbook. Henry Burrs and why he hates and loves the backup quarterback. Well, Darian Durant might know how he feels. Incredible to think how poorly that start was, with all the optimism about the play calling changing, that Durant was going to be in the meetings to have more input into the playbook.
The inclusion of all the coaches learning how to game plan and break down things, which Kavis said wasn't going on before. So the change has been good for the Alouettes thus far.
Attack on a single point now on the kickoff, 20-3 Ottawa. Willie throws, that pass is incomplete. Trying to find B.J. Cunningham. Skipped away from him.
Quick slant. Got to squeeze that one. Tight coverage, but got to make that catch.
In their last 5 games, the Alouettes have now been outscored 104-17 in the first half. And now it's second down for the Owls from their 35-yard line. Willie throws to Jackson, and he got tripped up. Another helmet comes off. This time Corey Tyndall limits the gain to 6.
Yes, he knows opportunity just to get him the football in here and hopefully make a DB miss, and he can't get that done. It's a nice open field tackle by Tyndall. First-year play from Marshall.
And now Spencer, with a TD in the bag already, goes back to receive the punt from Beattie. Tumbling kick taken by Spencer at the 27-yard line. Beats the first wave and gets out to the 40. And so Ottawa will have the ball there with 2:24 to go in the first half. Rick Campbell saying to us yesterday, look, no matter what happens this season, 2 East Division teams are going to play host to a playoff game. So it might as well be us. Argos with a win yesterday over Edmonton, have a temporary hold on first place in the East. It has been, though, a turtle derby on this side of the Canadian Football League.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. I like this Ottawa football team, though. They're tenacious. They're relentless.
Play fake. Willie swings it off and sent flying there is Brendan Galanders.
I like it. You know, a little point fake to Powell.
There's Jonathan Mincy again on the stop.
Hit Galanders in the flat. Pick up 7, 8. Second and manageable. It's what you talk about. Till you're blue in the face. Getting second and short situations so you control the opportunities in the situation on the field.
Market has a gain of 8 at 2nd and 2. Powell bounces off the initial tackles, then Chip Cox gets it, but not before Powell's got an Ottawa first down and a gain of 4.
He's running with his eyes closed there. I mean, the line of scrimmage was moved, obviously what you want to do defensively, and ran right into the back of his own offensive lineman, is able to escape and find a little crease, and watch him. Doink. Come on. Find it. Find it. There it is. Move the chains.
Minute 40 to go. Tate has time, throws, and the pass is caught by Josh Stangby, and Stangby's got a first down to the Montreal 42-yard line.
Stangby had 2 catches for just over 20 yards last year, and he's been a primary target for this Red Blacks offense, and really having a career year, second year in the league, just kind of introduced himself to everybody across the Canadian Football League. And
he was going to throw a pass last week, Matt, in the first series for Ottawa. They ran a little reverse. He had the Lace's grip, but he got dropped for a loss.
See if Kleiman's going to negotiate his contract for him.
Lavoie with a catch, gets away from Kyrie Zeber, and Lavoie inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. Another Ottawa first down, a gain of 19 for Patrick Lavoie.
Dip and got out of 34's arms, and these are two big guys, 6'2", about 240 for both of them, and he just gets low and rips through that arm tackle in the hands of Kyrie Zeber. Another big catch for Patrick Lavoie.
First down, Tate, pump fake, he gets hammered, the ball bounces high in the air, and Drew Tate got smacked around there by Montreal's Dondre Wright, the safety. And Tate is hurt. So now you're into Ryan Lindley likely as the quarterback for Ottawa, with Harris on the sidelines and Tate down. That was a tough hit from Dondre Wright.
Yeah, sure it was. He's right here at the top of the line, and watch him come off the edge, and it is going to be a Barbie Barn rib fest right there.
Tate 21 of 29 passing in the game, 185 yards, a touchdown, 1 interception as well.
Well, you're looking at number 3 man right now.
Yeah, Lindley.
Ryan Lindley, San Diego State, had some time in the National Football League. Talked about him at the top of the show.
He has not thrown a pass yet in the Canadian Football League.
Certainly done his share of quarterback sneaks here in this first half. Big quarterback, 6'4", 6'5", easily.
Talking to Jamie Elizondo, the offensive coordinator. Lindley's 28 years old, as you mentioned. So Tate makes his way off. 2nd and 10 for Ottawa from the Montreal 24-yard line. 48 seconds remaining in the first half.
Jamie Elizondo talking to the starting quarterback. Seems to be okay. Walked off on his own accord, and another look at the hit. Little pump fake. That's why he hung onto the football, trying to go over the top. And
so, Matt, how much familiarity would Lindley have with his first-team offense for Ottawa?
He's locked and loaded. He's a professional. He's been there before. Haven't seen him, but talking to everybody on that football team, and certainly Coach Campbell, they have all the confidence in the world. I said earlier that that's not a good sign either. Deontay Spencer
shaking up as well.
Had a tremendous first half here, doing everything for the REDBLACKS. But Lindley commands respect. Everybody respects him and his abilities, makes every throw on the football field, and cerebral guy that is a consummate professional. Going to get an opportunity here late in the first half.
Spent some time with the Indianapolis Colts, among others, in the NFL. And on 2nd and down from the shotgun, Lindley looking for the end zone. The receiver fell. It's picked off by Tavon Campbell. And Campbell gives up a safety because he went out and came back into the end zone.
A lot going on in this play here.
So the first CFL pass for Ryan Lindley is picked off.
And it wasn't even close. The receiver trips over his own feet. And that's Greg Ellington on a corner, field side, ball's underthrown.
So watch this now as Campbell
steps out right there twice, 3 times, 4 times, goes back in.
So now he's back in the field and surrenders the safety. That's the ruling on the field, 22-3. Now all scoring plays are automatically reviewed.
That's the last thing you want to do if you're Ryan Lindley, is throw an interception down there and take points off the board of a possible field goal.
Right.
And then football gods give him a bone as the ball's taken out and put back in and get him 2 anyway.
So his first career pass in the CFL goes for 2. Not many guys can say that.
I'm pumping his tires here, and he's trying to give Greg Ellingson an opportunity in a high point of football, but the ball's underthrown. He looks like he wants to undercut him there. I got to believe if Ellingson doesn't fall on his own accord there, that he makes a play in that football, and it's not going to be picked off. So he's just giving his receiver a chance, which we've seen a lot in CFL this year. Ryan's going to hustle back out there and
because
work
now
with 37 seconds left in the half.
After the safety, Ottawa has the option of taking the football at the 35-yard line.
It's all downhill from here. So, I mean, just on his pick. It's like, just go make it happen now. Relax. Play some pitch and catch.
That's his first pass since January of 2016 with Indianapolis against the Tennessee Titans.
What it looked like.
And they'll keep the ball on the ground here for Powell. Gets wrapped up by a bear. And again, Powell works his way free out across the 40 for a gain of 6.
Yeah, no surprise there. Hand the ball off and see what they can do. If can't get an explosion play, break one, go to the locker room up 19.
Time winding down here, and now Lindley will simply let the clock run down and take a knee. And you got to think the Alouettes are going to hear it from these fans. The first half score in their last 5 games is now 106-17 against. 4-game losing streak, a coaching change. Darian Durant pulled.
An outstanding crowd here.
Yeah, huge crowd here.
Not treated to very good football by their home team.
Ottawa runs 44 offensive plays in the first half to Montreal's 16, and it's a 22-3 lead at halftime.
All right, thank you, Gord.
2-3 the score in favor of Ottawa after the opening 30 minutes. And here is Alouettes interim head coach Kavis Reed with John Liu.
Kavis, in your estimation, what was behind Darian Durant underthrowing those passes in the second quarter?
It comes to fundamentals. I mean, his feet is really bad right now. We have to make certain that his footwork is improved, because when you start to skip the ball, it's all mechanics. It's not anything mental. It's more of his mechanics.
Will Darian start the second half?
No, we're going to stick with Drew right now. Drew's been moving the ball effectively. Let Darian digest it a little bit and see where we go from here.
Thanks for this, Kavis.
Thank you.
So the Alouettes in their last 2 games have 85 total yards in the first half and 5 first downs. Matt, what do you think about the decision to keep Drew Willie in?
Crickets over here, Gord, just crickets. And I'm just dumbfounded by what I've watched here the first 30 minutes. Yeah, I agree with what Kavis is talking about with Darian. It's a fundamental thing. I think it's more between his ears than anything. His lower half and his upper half are not connected, and he's just not feeling confident. So don't mind the call. Stick with Drew, see if he can't get this team kick-started.
Montreal won the toss, deferred to the second half, receives the kickoff, and Stephen Logan gets out to the 33-yard line. Dropped there by Andrew Marshall on the special teams play for Ottawa, and so the Alouettes have the ball and a chance to go to work.
Yeah, you talk about Kavis Reed making tough decisions, firing his defensive coordinator Noel Thorpe and his head coach Jacques Chapdelaine this week. He's made another tough decision. A guy he brought in, Darian Durant, he sits him, pulls him and sits him for the start of this second half.
And now that play fake did not work at all, and Willie is dropped for a loss.
Not the guy that I'd want to be running an ISO fake and trying to get the edge with. He's just coming right off the edge right here, and Drew Willie's going to point fake. And
Jonathan Newsom,
not sure what he's looking there. Reed is Newsom, 43, right in his face, and he's beelining right for him. Give it to your running back.
Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Willie under pressure, throws, the pass is caught by Ernest Jackson. A flag comes down. Willie might have been across the line of scrimmage when he threw that pass.
Might have been. Yeah, he was. He's coming back. Yeah, just watch the line of scrimmage there, about the 28-yard line.
Pass, Montreal number 5. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Now 2nd and 24. This part of the playbook gets pretty thin.
That's a nice call by the side judge, line judge.
So the Owls backed up inside their own 20-yard line. 4-man rush. Willie throws underneath. Lewis has the catch, but he's wrapped up right away by Antoine Pruneau. And the Alouettes will have to punt to open this second half.
Yeah, I really got to reach down myself, Gord, and create some enthusiasm for this football game when I'm watching right now with the Montreal Alouettes. Just not very good professional offensive football right now for this football team.
Spencer inside the 30-yard line steps out. And so Ottawa with the lead will have its first offensive possession of the second half. And once again, it will be Ryan Lindley at the controls.
Don't let nobody panic. It's a long
I'm not panicking. I dropped that. I'm mic'd up, so if you got any sweet jokes, this is the time.
Get that cheesecake? Man, I went over there, but I ain't even get it. It ain't look like Cheesecake Factory, so I ain't want it.
The things that get said on the football field. We'll hear it all at CFL Wired Tuesday at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on TSN2.
I love that show. Takes me right back to the field, baby.
First down Ottawa from its own 39-yard line. Powell the carry. It's a gain of 5 out to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, right now with this football team, Montreal Alouettes, Mincy, somebody out there on the football field defensively, got to make a play, turnover, pick six, something to kickstart this team and this crowd, get them going in the right direction.
Well, Tavon Campbell had an interception late in the first half, but he walked back into the end zone and gave up 2.
That's water under the bridge. Be in a moment, make a play, make it happen.
Second down, and the pass by Lindley falls incomplete. A flag comes down as the intended target, Dominique Rhymes, was bumped on the play.
Pass interference. Montreal number 22. 10-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Yeah, he's right here. He's going to just run it out. And it's tight coverage. Just a little too tight. He's on his back right here. You'll see it. And that's a pretty good call by the side judge there. 75.
That's Dave Gatza with the call. And so a first down Ottawa on just its own side of midfield. First down give to Powell. Chip Cox wraps him up, but not before Powell slashes for 9 yards.
Yeah, just pay attention to that. Gordon and his football team defensively for the Owls have been out there for basically the first 30 minutes of the football game. And gashed right there for an easy pickup of 10 by William Powell.
Markham just shy of an Ottawa first down. And Lindley dives ahead, gets 2 to the 45-yard line.
Double duty now. Stays on the field and takes care of that short yardage business, which he's been doing all season effectively.
Danny Collins, by the way, is the third quarterback for Ottawa today. First-year man out of the University of Maine.
And absolutely zero experience in the CFL. And you know he's not getting many reps during practice throughout the course of the week. So they're one play away from the unknown.
Lindley on first down throws. Spencer makes the catch. And Spencer goes out of bounds at the 37-yard line for a gain of 8.
Talked about him earlier, Gord. 112 yards?
Officially 113 yards.
That's a long way, and he's just not going a straight line. He's zigging, he's zagging, picking up blocks, using his vision. Now it's just Trying to bring it home. Running away from all the Alouettes in pursuit.
Second and short now for Ottawa. Here's Powell again. Has the first down easily as he crosses the 35-yard line, a gain of 3. You're just joining us. Ottawa put together an incredible opening drive. 15 plays, 85 yards, knocked more than 8 minutes off the clock to grab an early 8-0 lead. Then Deontay Spencer with the missed field goal return for a touchdown.
And if there's any win left in the Alouette sails, it looks like that was the one that took it all away. Got to regroup here.
Ottawa's been picked off twice. If not, the score might be more lopsided. Now Powell runs into Lindley. Gives him some extra time, and Powell fights his way down close to the 20-yard line.
Even when they don't execute, they're executing against this defense.
Kyrie Bear makes the tackle. Gain of 8.
This is ugly. Happens to everybody. Oops. Am I supposed to go over the top or underneath? And it works out.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. It's like, even when they're not executing, they're executing against this defense.
Actually mark it as a gain of 7, so it's 2nd and 3. Powell again. Off the right side. Bear makes the stop, but not before Powell has another first down for Ottawa.
Pick up another 7 there. That handoff was much cleaner. It's the way it's supposed to be done.
19th first down of the game for Ottawa to 2 for the Alouettes. It's hard to remember a game where you've seen one team dominated like this.
Yeah, it's like seniors versus sophomores, like an inter-squad scrimmage, in high school. It's just domination. And like you said, Gord, a couple picks from Ottawa. This game could be even more out of hand.
Here's Powell again. Down to the 14-yard line. Got tripped up there by Gabriel Napton.
It's almost like Montreal's waiting for somebody to make a play, like the other guy. No, you got to step it up. As a professional, you got to step it up, do your job, but you also have to believe you can make a play and be that guy. Don't be afraid. Offensively, Drew Willie, he's got to settle down and start putting some drives together to keep his defense off the football field, because they are sucking the paint off the field right now.
Second and 5. Lindley throws, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to find Spencer there. And so the field goal unit will come on again for Ottawa.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out, what's going on here with Lindley not just throwing the ball, having confidence in his receiver, but you watch Spencer here has had a heck of a game. He's running slant. Are you running a hitch or are you running a slant? Make up your mind. And that's why you see the ball skip on the ground there, because Lindley's anticipating him running a slant, and he doesn't come out of his break at all with confidence and errant throw.
Ahar from 22 yards out. Collins is the holder. And Mahar puts it through. 25 points on the board for Ottawa. A 22-point lead here in Montreal. Two brothers, two worlds, one throne. A royal family divided. Marvel's Inhumans premieres Friday, September 29th at 8, 9 Mountain on CTV.
Go back to the other shot.
The John Gott lookalike contest.
Go back to the other shot. I like that one better. Come on, Franklin.
Oh, directing now as well. Once a quarterback, always a quarterback.
There it is.
Lots of Ottawa fans here today. Making the bus trip down. 7.5 to go here. Hey, look at that, huh?
That is similarity right there.
Logan takes the kickoff inside his 20-yard line. And gets out to the 36.
Let's take a look at that Gott similarity again. John Gotten's dad.
Gott, by the way, out this week.
There you go. Here we go.
All-star last 2 years. That guy is a Brad Sinopoli fan, however.
Well, it still could be his father.
just like someone else better on the team. How would you feel if you were playing and your parents wore someone else's jersey to the game?
Frank can do that. I wouldn't slight him in any way. My mother might. Love that, though. I hate it forgot being out of this football game, but Red Blacks really haven't missed him, as Mateus has been doing a fine job at center. Willie's trying to kickstart this Montreal offense.
Give it off to Sutton. And Sutton close to a first down up to the 46-yard line. With Lindley running the offense for Ottawa, likely unfamiliar with it, probably not going to be as productive. There is an opening here for Montreal if it can get anything going offensively.
It's a valid point. I mean, you've got a team with basically the third-team quarterback behind the center right now, and haven't shown any promise of moving the football consistently. Got to take advantage of it here. Durant, 4 drives, -2 yards. Willie, this is his 4th drive, and 46 yards.
That's the first time in the game that Montreal got a first down on a first down play. P.J. Cunningham makes that catch. And Cunningham is wrapped up by Adrian James on the tackle.
2 positive plays in a row. That's a start, right? And you got to start somewhere. And I've been in ball games like this where you just have to go back to fundamentals and basics and claw your way out of this.
Drew Willie, the 30-year-old from Randolph, New Jersey. Previous stops in Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, and Toronto. Here comes the rush. Willie gets it underneath. Nick Lewis with a catch on a first down to the 45-yard line. Brought down by Antoine Pruneau.
Nick Lewis. Check down Charlie. Guy's phenomenal football player. What is that? 54 straight games?
57 straight games with a catch.
57 straight games with a catch.
By the way,
he's got more impressive stats than that.
He's the all-time leader in receptions, 45 yards. He came in behind Terry Vaughn for 5th on the all-time receiving yard list.
Another one of my favorites, Terry Vaughn.
Now 21 shy. There it is. Sutton. Room to run. Terrell Sutton inside the 5 and brought down the 2-yard line by Sharon Baltimore. But a 43-yard run for Terrell Sutton, his longest of the year.
This is just gashing him right up the middle. Terrell Sutton, watch the big boys do their job. Land movers. Drive a truck through that one. Nice play call. Sutton exploiting him right up the middle.
1st and goal now from the 2. Willie just trying to pull his way ahead. Gets down to the 1.
By far the most impressive play by the Alouettes offense here. A couple completions in a row. Big run by Sutton, knocking at the door, on the way back in his ball game.
The Alouettes actually lead the league in the most runs over 20 yards on the season. So Calvillo calling the plays.
Brandon Rudley, Terrell Sutton, 2 quality backs have been interchangeable all season.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Got to have this right here.
Willie dives ahead. Touchdown. Not over yet.
Just getting started. Big boys up front. Lafoye, Greaves, Bernard, Jordan, Christian Matt, Simmons, and Drew Willie with a lot of want-to getting over the goal line.
Montreal will go for 2. A 6-play, 75-yard drive for the Alouettes.
What?
Highlighted by a 43-yard Terrell Sutton run.
It's amazing.
For a team that had 2 first downs in the first half.
More like it.
So now the 2-point convert try. Willie rolls out, throws, caught. Tyquan Underwood has it for 2. And now the Alouettes are down by 14.
Digging, clawing, scratching for every inch, trying to get back in this football game. Drew Willie stretching over the goal line.
Drew Willie comes out of the bullpen for Montreal, replaces Darian Durant in the 2nd quarter. And now Durant on the sidelines with the pad there, the tablet.
Yeah, Darian Durant just short-circuited early in this football game and just couldn't find any type of rhythm. skipping balls left, right, and center.
But they got Nick Lewis involved.
Yeah, and a couple completions by Willie, and then a big run up the gut. Sutton said, hey, put it on my shoulders. I'll get something done. Back in the ball game.
Drew Willie's 8 for 9 passing in the game. And there's Deontay Spencer from the 10. And Spencer gets up to the 31-yard line. Still talking, trying to find a way on the Montreal sideline.
Anthony Calvillo finally getting some love from the play calling that he's doing from the sidelines on this touchdown drive. First of the afternoon for the Alouettes. Terrell Sutton got things started with a nice run off the right side. Completion to B.J. Cunningham from Drew Willie. Another one to Thick Nick Lewis. And then, bang! Terrell Sutton up the middle, taking it down to the goal line. And then Drew Willie not being denied with the big boys in front of him, smelling the goal line for the first time today. Hey, Gord, you mentioned it, this football team, although they're down 14 points, they're looking at across from them defensively now at the third-team quarterback, Ryan Lindley, who hasn't looked comfortable since entering the ball game, and Drew Tate's absence. Take advantage of it.
Here's Powell in the first down carry. Gabriel Napton helps to wrap him up. He gets out to the 35-yard line for a gain of 3. The Owls defense has done its bit.
Over and over and over again.
Interception. There was a turnover earlier in the game. The Alouettes used their challenge on it, but
I like the call. I like the challenge, too.
The play had been blown dead, though, and so the Alouettes did not immediately recover the football, so it was a little no fumble.
Didn't see it that way, but...
Now on second down, Lindley up and throwing, and the pass through the hands of Ellingson. That was a good pass. Ellingson couldn't squeeze it. And so now a 2-and-out for Ottawa, and Montreal will get the football back.
Yeah, pretty tight coverage. Ball was right off the break. Lynn throws a strike here, and this is one you see Ellingson catch all day long, right between his hands. And as the quarterback struggling to find a rhythm, boy, you want those badly. You saw Lindley, saw how much that hurt him. You want to continue the drive.
Logan stands back into the 30-yard line to take the punt from Brett Mahar. High tumbling kick. Logan inside the 40. And gets not much, maybe 3 on the return. And that's where Montreal will have the football. Get in the action this football season with CFL Fantasy. Build your ultimate squad, challenge your friends, and compete to win weekly prizes. Go to tsn.ca/CFL Fantasy to sign up. How's your team doing, Matt?
I'm not doing very well, Gord. My nickname's Deep Ball Chunker. You want to check me out?
Because you can't go wrong.
I got 3 guys in this game. Ellingson, Jackson, and Sutton. Takes it down to the 1, doesn't score. Come on.
First down, house in their 42-yard line. Quarterback drop for Willie at first down as he slides to midfield. Gain of 11 on the play for Drew Willie.
Not exactly Brandon Bridge out there running with the football, but a good play call, and nonetheless, a very successful play. Well blocked up front. Got a little something going here. AC's feeling it. I find a rhythm with Drew Willie here.
Willie under pressure, throws for Lewis, and Nick Lewis bounces off Miguel Charlotte, or rather bounces off Kevin Brown, that is, and gets a gain of about 8.
Yeah, you know, it's a funny thing about Nick Lewis. Talked to him several weeks ago, and he says he doesn't catch a football during the offseason, and it just blew me away. I threw that on Sinopoli yesterday, and he says he looks like he's such a natural ball catcher, and he just positioned his big hands there, and they are extremely large hands. I remember that from 2004. We brought him in the league, and he makes that look very, very easy for not catching footballs during the offseason.
Second and short. Willie looking over the top for Jackson, incomplete. Ernest Jackson being covered there, step for step, by Adrian James, and now it's third down for the Alouettes, and again a decision on the field goal try. This will be a real long one. 55 yards. Don't forget the 55-yard attempt earlier was returned for a touchdown when it was missed.
That's a matchup you want there. Strong side linebacker James on Ernest Jackson. Jackson doesn't make a very good play in the football. He was more worried about positioning his body against the defender, and the ball kind of get on him before he's ready.
Owls will play for the field goal, or for the field position rather, as Beatty comes on to punt, looking for the corner. And that goes right over the pylon.
They're giving it to him on the
They're
one.
marking it out at the 1. What a kick by Boris Beatty.
Having a day. Except for that misfield.
Except for that. So they mark it out at the 1-yard line, and that's where Ottawa will start with 39 seconds to go in the third quarter. So the decision by Reed not to try the 55-yard field goal, play for field position instead.
Yeah, this is exactly what you're hoping for, and Beatty just struck it beautifully here, and it just takes a right, goes out of bounds, and punting the football, he's been on the money all day. Massive leg, Boris Beatty. Showing off.
Lindley back in at his 1-yard line. And the play called right away.
Time count possibly.
Can't go any further back.
Time count violation. Ottawa number 14. Half the distance to the goal remains first down.
That doesn't hurt you because you can't go back any further because the ball's always going to stay on the 1. It's not like National Football League, American-style football. Can't get any closer to the 1-yard line. Got a 1-yard barrier rule here.
109 yards to go. Lindley looking over the top. He's got Spencer, and he can't hang on. Deontay Spencer out of the 45-yard line, being covered there by Jonathan Mincy. And the pass falls incomplete.
This is the post right here, top of your screen. Mincy kind of, I don't know, just loses touch with the receiver. And then he finally closes at the end and slaps his right hand there and disrupted the play. Watching slow-mo here. Well, that's a pretty shot of it. He didn't even touch anything. Maybe skimmed the back of his helmet, but Spencer had a chance to put both hands on it, couldn't come down with it.
Second down from the 1. Here comes the rush. Lindley throws underneath. He's got Sinopoli, and Sinopoli's close to a first down. Out to the 10-yard line, the 11. He's got it.
That's what he does. He's as good as anybody and has been for the last 3 years. As yards after the catch, and Brad Sinopoli, determination moves the sticks.
Leads the league in second down conversion catches. Ottawa with the early advantage, but they've lost their quarterback. And now the Alouettes, who changed theirs, are making a comeback. The fourth quarter coming up. After 3 quarters, the numbers favor Ottawa dramatically. 291 total yards to 130 for the Alouettes. The time of possession, almost a 2-to-1 margin for Ottawa. But the key is the loss of quarterback Drew Tate for Ottawa. Matt, we saw in the first quarter he got hurt. He's just out of the locker room now. He's got a sling on his arm after losing Trevor Harris last week. This is real bad news for Ottawa.
Yeah, Ryan Lindley is the third-team quarterback, and he's commanding this offense right now for the Red Blacks. And there's the shot on Tate. It's just straight-up blitz coming off the edge, and he didn't see it. Double pumped, and he's now in a sling on the sideline scored. And so Darian Durant from Montreal has been pulled. And we're looking at Drew Willie as the backup, and we're down to the third-team quarterback for the Red Blacks. And things are getting interesting because Montreal has turned the tide.
Ottawa, he got a first down as Powell now works his way out to the 19-yard line. Tripped up there by Brandon Stewart. And so it'll be another second and short play for Ottawa.
Yeah, got to get off the field. If you're Montreal here, you got him pinned back. You had him down on the 1. They allowed him to get out on the Sinopoli. Nice catch and run. And now if you got a second and manageable here for the Red Blacks, you got to find a way if you're Montreal to get off the field right now. Dig down deep. Give your offense a chance for good field position.
Second and 2. Lindley gives to Powell, and he fights across the 20. He'll be close to a first down there. Likely a half a yard short. And now what do you do?
Well, I'm not taking any chances here, giving them tremendous field position. They're talking about it over there on the Red Black sideline.
You got a good spot to the 21, but that'll leave them, it looks like, about a
they're
football length short of a first down.
Hardy comes in. Dominic Rhymes goes out. Not rocket science here. This is what Lindley does. He's been doing all year. He's very good at it. Big body kid. San Diego State.
And he dives ahead. Takes a knock there from Dondre Wright, but gets the first down easily.
Heard that one from up here. It's a head snapper. He just deflected right off of that hit and moved the chains. Take a look at it. Wow. Shoulder right to the head.
6'4", 230 pounds, as you mentioned. Drafted in the 6th round by the Arizona Cardinals out of San Diego State.
He's closer to 6'5". I'd say even over that. He's tall and he's big. They just wanted to be accurate here and efficient.
Now first down from the 24-yard line. Ottawa by 14.
This has been a successful drive thus far. Already moving the ball 20-some odd yards. Gotta have that.
Lindley in behind Ellingson. Mincy there in the coverage at 2nd and 10.
Well, you saw him before the half, trying to throw a hitch or slant. It was a slant to Spencer, and Spencer didn't come out of his break there. He's behind on his throw, so he's just not trusting and in sync with his receivers right now. One time the receiver's not giving what he wants, and the next time the receiver is, and he's not sure of himself, and he throws behind.
Now 2 for 7 passing. It's 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz. Throw for Spencer, and Deontay Spencer fights his way out. And he'll be very close to another Ottawa first down, likely another half-yard short. They'll mark him down at just shy of the 34.
This is a better job between communication and Spencer and Lindley, and he puts this one right in the money. Spencer does what he's supposed to. Got 2 defenders, split him, come out on the other side, just like spitting a watermelon seed.
He's just shy of a first down. John Bowman is down for the Alouettes. Broke a bone in his left hand last week against BC. He's wearing a cast on his left hand.
Had the officials check it out before the ball game, and I can't tell you how difficult that is for defenders who rely on their hands and grabbing cloth and getting people off of them. When you got a club over your left hand, you're not able to use it normally, and that is an all-pro right there going out of the lineup. Hard to replace that guy.
This is the 9th play coming up on this drive, which began at the 1.
Yeah, and that's more what we saw in the first quarter by Ottawa, just plugging away down the football field, just putting themselves in these 3rd and shorts on a regular basis and moving the chains and keeping the drives alive.
Lindley dives ahead. He's got another first down out across the 35-yard line.
Just like getting bludgeoned to death.
Well, and they are just chewing up the clock here in the 4th quarter.
That's what you want to do. 14-point lead. Rely on those big boys. I like the thought process. They're running Powell. Quick throws, getting the ball out of Lindley's hand here, trying to develop some rhythm, putting themselves in second and manageable situations.
With Alex Mateas at center. Mateas the first overall pick in the 2015 CFL draft.
Great story for him, getting a chance here with John Gott down. Seamless transition from Gott to Mateas.
Play fake to Powell. Lindley looks, and the pass is caught as Dominic Rhymes has it up to midfield. Another first down. They'll mark him down to the Montreal 54.
Well, how about this? Just threw it right behind the linebackers. You're anticipating Rhymes coming open. As a quarterback, you don't wait till they're open. You throw them open. Is exactly what you saw Lindley do there. Beautiful throw. Best throw of the afternoon.
Gain of 21 yards for Ottawa. What a clutch drive this is. You know, the Alouettes look like they've done it perfectly. Punt for field position, knocked them out at the 1. You're thinking short field and get within a touchdown. Lindley throws it. The pass incomplete for Rhymes, out of his reach.
Yeah, you just got to relax a little bit there and Make a better throw. Couldn't find Rhymes. Little point fake. Got man in motion. Got leverage on the linebacker trying to desperately come over the top to stay in striking distance, and Lindley puts it off his hands.
It's the third time in this game, Matt, that Ottawa has put together a drive of 10-plus plays.
On a hot afternoon like this, we talked about it earlier, the Montreal Alouette defense sucking the paint off the field right now because of it.
2nd and 10 for Ottawa from the Montreal 54. Lindley fires and the pass is coming in. Sinopoli first down rather to the 39-yard line. Tyree Hollins there on the coverage, but Sinopoli, who leads the league in 2nd down conversion catches, has another one.
Yeah, this is another outstanding throw by Ryan Lindley. You're going to see what the window he has. It's very small, and he just gets it in there. Well, that's pretty tough catch. Guy draped all over you. Even better throw to get it there.
Jabbar Westerman is shaken up for the Alouettes. A very hot day in Montreal. Ottawa driving with a 14-point lead on the CFL on TSN. The CFL on TSN is brought to you by the 2017 GMC Sierra Elevation Edition. Get noticed like a pro. So with 39 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Montreal punted, with Ottawa inside the 1-yard line. Look to have things going. Now, more than 5 minutes later, Ottawa has it first down at the Montreal 39. Lindley gives it off to Powell, who slices through. Powell still going, another first down inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line. Montreal allows more opposition first downs than any other defense in the league.
Keep an eye on Mateus and Forgot here. Watch this. Nice job. Chip up to the second level. Kyrie Saber, that's an all-pro you just sealed off there for your running back. Doing the job in the middle for the Red Blacks, Alex Mateus.
And the clock running. Time of possession over 33 minutes for Ottawa. Under 17 for Montreal. Now the screen pass incomplete. The closest man to it was Kyrie Saber.
Well, that offensive line's been doing a nice job of controlling that line of scrimmage, giving William Powell an opportunity to go over 100 yards this afternoon. And on a hot day like this, they've been keeping the drives alive and extending drives and absolutely taking control of this football game.
Ottawa with 16 second down conversions in the football game. Out to the flat they go. And this time Powell drilled along the sidelines by Jonathan Mincy, and that'll bring up third down. But for Ottawa, a field goal try is a win.
Yeah, well, this drive has been a win. You know, you talk about game-winning drives by quarterbacks in fourth quarters to come from behind. This is the type of drive that wins you football games as you go from your own 1-yard line basically down the football field, put points on the board, and take up a lot of the time.
That's another 15-play drive for Ottawa. 86 yards they go. And now Mahar from 31 yards out. This has been a tricky distance for him. The convert distance is 32 yards, and he's struggled on converts this season.
Yeah, he has. But he's missed 6.
Yeah.
And you know, that's
3 of his last 6 he's missed.
And that wasn't an issue for him before coming in this year. It's just been a tough year on converts for him. He's got a monster leg.
And don't forget, Tate, his normal holder, is hurt. Low snap. And Mahar punches it through. So a big 3 for Ottawa. And now a 17-point lead as Powell got stopped short of the first down try and a big hit by Mincy. More football coming right tonight here on TSN as the Packers take on the Atlanta Falcons, 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 Pacific on the networks of TSN. What a drive by 28-year-old Ryan Lindley.
Best one of the afternoon for him, for sure. And made some clutch throws.
Well, makes it a 3-possession game as well. Willie looking for Ernest Jackson, turns and can't make got the catch. Covered there by Jonathan Rose for Ottawa. The pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, 6'2" Ernest Jackson trying to move him around the football field. This time they got him playing Z, wide receiver to the field, and Jonathan Rose, who's 6'3", he's all over him. And just the last couple of throws come Ernest Jackson's way. He hasn't played the ball very well.
Under 8 to go here in the fourth quarter. Alouettes will be in Toronto next week. Ottawa in Winnipeg. Willie stood in there, but finally got sacked by Avery Ellis. That's his 5th sack of the year to lead the way for Ottawa. 2 and out for Montreal, and the Alouettes will have to punt.
And Willie was just waiting for something to happen down the football field, waiting. Football was Velcroed to his hand, stepped up in the pocket. By that time, collapses on him, and defensive linemen are falling into sacks.
That's the 7th 2 and out of the football game for the Montreal offense. Beatty, a high kick. Spencer takes it inside the 30. And down he goes at the 35. A 51-yard punt for the Montreal Alouettes. Ottawa leads by 17. Doubleheader coming up on Friday. Starts with Ottawa and Winnipeg at 8 Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. That's followed by Hamilton at BC. Be a longer road for Ottawa fans to get to Winnipeg, but
looks like they travel well.
They do travel very well. Of course, the host city for the 2017 Grey Cup. 1 win in the first 8 games, but Ottawa winless in 7 games, decided by 4 points or less. As Powell slashes off tackle for another gain of 9.
Again, offensive line is just dominating the line of scrimmage, and you really can't blame the Alouettes because watch Mateus, the center, watch his block. He's right here. Watch him move. Just walls off any type of penetration and then buries his man. Outstanding job this afternoon, getting it done in the middle.
If Ottawa wins this afternoon, improve the record to 5-7-1. 4 wins in the last 5 games.
This time of possession has been sick for the Red Blacks.
It's as one-sided, Matt, as you can remember. We talked about the fact that Montreal played Toronto in August, and the time of possession in that game for the Argos was over 39 minutes.
Yeah, well, they're at 36 right now and counting. That last play, that last drive, led by Lindley, which was impressive, his most impressive of the afternoon since taking over for Drew Tate. 15 plays, 86 yards, 7 minutes and 22 seconds, and they're well on the way to putting another one together here.
First down from the 46-yard line. And the give to Powell again, and Powell's got good first down yardage. Bear makes the stop, but not before. He gets across the 50 to the 51.
Yeah, we talked about AC taking over for play calling for the Alouettes. It's been a tough afternoon for him, just not able to call many plays because they haven't put together many drives. But on the other side, you got Jamie Elizondo, offensive coordinator for the Red Blacks, has been just having a field day with his big boys up front, calling a game. Both quarterbacks, Drew Tate and Lindley, directing traffic quite nicely.
Powell, 20 carries for 119 yards in this game. Lindley throws, and Patrick Lavoie, who's had a great afternoon here in Montreal. He's cut down on the play by Brandon Stewart. Another first down to the 50-yard line.
Watch this. Watch this throw. This is what I'm talking about, confident throw. Just step on it and zip it and spin it and put it right in the money. And Patrick Lavoie is having an afternoon. Boy, I don't know if it's Mateus in the center, or if it's Spencer on the wide receiver, or if it's Patrick Lavoie for player of the game, but these guys are lighting it up this afternoon, playing good football.
Here's Powell, the first down carry. And Powell is down to the 43-yard line for a gain of, call it 6. And the the clock continues to run.
Watch the big boys move up front here. Just reach. Just zone. Just plow, plow, plow. 2-on-1. Get up to the second level. McMillan making it happen. These guys are in rhythm. Those beers are going to taste good after the ball game. I can tell you that for the Red Blacks offensive big boys.
Especially on a hot day like today.
Oh my goodness! You know, I would love to be Tate or Lindley serving them some pints after this ball game. So it tastes good because they've been dominating that line of scrimmage.
Montreal has run 2 offensive plays here in the fourth quarter. Here's Powell. And Powell stacked up at about the 40. He's going to be a yard short of an Ottawa first down.
Again, putting themselves in that 3rd and half-yard situation, 3rd and 1.
This is a full yard.
Yeah.
So this will be a long yard. And after having a look at it, Rick Campbell will send the field goal unit on.
What? What? Are you kidding me?
It's a yard and a bit.
No, it's not. I'm looking at the sticks. It's a yard. That's a gimme with the way these guys have been controlling the line of scrimmage. All right.
He's actually going to punt it. Wow. Alouettes thought a field goal try was coming, but Mahara's going to punt.
All right, take all the time off the clock here. Another 10 seconds to go. What's Tom doing?
Yeah, so the Alouettes, I think. So the 3-minute warning has arrived. And Ottawa in command here in Montreal. So the 3-minute warning came with 2:55 left. So they put that time back on the clock, and Rick Campbell's put his offense back on the field. They're going to go for it.
Thank you. Thank you, Rick. That's what I would have done. Let these big boys eat some more.
Well, from the shotgun now on 3rd and a yard and a bit.
Wow. That's different.
Trying to draw him off. That never works, by the way. I don't think that's ever worked.
It worked once, and that's why they keep doing it. You never know. Well, heck.
All right, so now.
That was. I mean, that's a nice little break for the Alouettes defense who needed it.
Yeah. So now Mahar will come on and punt rather than try a 48-yard field goal. Interesting sequence of events.
Hard to figure that one out.
And Mahar trying to do what Beatty did earlier, but it bounces left instead of right and goes into the end zone.
Get noticed like a pro in the 2017 GMC Sierra Elevation Edition.
John Gott's not dressed for this game. He's right in the middle of the action.
A little pent-up anxiety and energy there.
I wouldn't want to face that right hand.
No. Or that left. Or that body. Or that guy, period. Love me some John Gott, but I tell you, his replacement, Alex Mateus, has had a ball game. Front runner as far as player of the game, as far as I'm concerned. Feeding them big boys.
So 2.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Terrell Sutton on the first down carry gets maybe a yard as he gets thrown back by this Ottawa defense. This time led by Mike Wakefield. That's the 3rd offensive play of the fourth quarter for Montreal. Simply put, Ottawa would not give the Alouettes the football back.
Inept offensive play by the Alouettes today, surprisingly, based on the attitude we felt yesterday and the renowned enthusiasm that was everywhere. And that hadn't been seen today at all.
Willie throws the flat. Nick Lewis got belted there as he made that catch in front of Keelan Johnson.
Just walk away. Nick's been hit like that before, and no big deal for him. It's just like that's part of the game. I've delivered a whole lot more of that than I've accepted, that's for sure. Over the course of his 14-year career, he takes a big one. I like the way he just got up as a pro, walked back to the huddle.
And it's no catch as the ball came loose.
Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail.
Better to be the hammer. Third and a bunch for the Alouettes. Here's Sutton underneath. Got a first down, gets up to the 50-yard line. Clock running with 2 to go here in the fourth quarter. So the Alouettes are going to drop to 3-9, it looks like. That'll be 5 straight losses. Rick Campbell is in his 4th year as the head coach in Ottawa. He has faced 4 different Alouettes head coaches in head-to-head meetings.
Yeah, kind of screams the difference in these two franchises right now. And what we've seen here this afternoon, one team keeping it together, one team trying to get it together.
A miserable start for Ottawa, which really found more ways to lose close games. All 7 of Ottawa's losses have been by a touchdown or less. They've blown late leads. They've come up short late. They've turned the ball over late. They've taken penalties late. You name it.
Well, a lot of strange things have been happening with the Canadian Football League and quarterback position as of late.
Now the question for Ottawa going to Winnipeg game next week is who's going to take the opening snap for them.
Yeah, you can say the same thing about the Alouettes.
Right.
And you know, it's become a bit of a coin toss with a lot of football clubs by necessity, by default, and it's.
Do you think Drew Willie's earned the start next week in Toronto?
I don't think anybody's going to be happy with this performance. Regardless, this has been terrible on all fronts.
So Lewis makes that catch. Nick Lewis is closing in on Terry Vaughn for 5th place on the all-time receiving yards list.
He's got to figure out what's going on with Darian Durant, his mechanics. He heard Kavis Reed talk about it coming out of half, and I saw it first half. It seems like his feet and his upper body were not connected, but personally I think it's more between his ears. And they'll have to work on that. Obviously, they're going to roll him back out there because he was very ineffective. And Drew Willie has shown some promise here, but never in question this football game. Came down to that one drive when the Red Blacks were backed up after the Alouettes pinned him back with a great Boris Beatty punt. And he figured, okay, playing good field position, I like that. And then it was just a monotonous drive down the football field by the Red Blacks, just pummeling the line of scrimmage and owning it, and that's the difference in the ballgame.
Matt, Darian Durant has been a very good quarterback in the CFL for a long time, a Grey Cup champion, a very good player. It almost got to be like a second baseman who couldn't throw to first.
Chuck Knobloch.
It was stunning. He went 0 for 6 passing, 4 straight 2-and-outs.
Like he was short-circuiting, like nothing was connected.
And he's a good quarterback.
Yeah, he is. He's a champion.
So a turnover on downs by the Alouettes. Here's Powell at the outside, adding to his excellent numbers this afternoon.
Get out your wallet there, William Powell, and buy some rounds for those big boys because they've done the job for you up front.
On a hot day.
Starts right there with those men.
And Ottawa's going to top 40 minutes in time of possession this afternoon. That's unheard of. It really is. I mean, it's very rare to see that.
Red Blacks defenders are like, they didn't break a sweat.
They could play another game. There's Powell again. First down as he crosses the 50-yard line down to the 46. Inside a minute to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, hats off to Ryan Lidley, too, for doing his job, coming out, finding a nice rhythm, looked shaky early, then really started throwing some really confident footballs, and in a situation where he's prepared to go in. And
well, with his team up 14, but pinned down at his own 1-yard line, takes them 86 yards and gets them 3. Here's Powell again.
Yeah, Gordon, I think that was the biggest drive of the game. Yes, there were some ones that had put majors on the board, obviously, but I think that was huge as far as when the game and where it was and how they handled it and how he handled himself on several situations in second down and making some really tight throws, difficult throws look easy.
And the clock continues to run. And the Ottawa Redblacks will put their 4th win in the last 5 games on the board. Montreal will drop its 5th in a row. They announced today, by the way, they've hired 2 new assistant coaches, including Ken Miller, who was with Darian Durant in Saskatchewan. And now, jumping in there is Brandon Stewart, and that draws the attention of the Ottawa players.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Stewart, you got to be better than that. You know, game's over. I know you're frustrated, but
things boiling over for Kavis Reed's team.
They've been out there a long time. Obviously, they're heated in more ways than one. Been dominated today, and that's humiliating, frustrating. Keep your composure. Hats off to the Red Blacks. Got the job done. Dominated the line of scrimmage.
On a day when they didn't have their all-star center, John Gott, Ottawa controls the line of scrimmage, controls the clock, even with the third quarterback in. Final time of possession, 41 minutes for Ottawa. And time now for our Nissan Titan